Hello, welcome to the queue. It is turn 2 for Great Britain and the Commonwealth. It is Operation Ultra. And here is the Commonwealth purchases. Let's look at those real quick. France has $12 to spend. They're going to buy a regular fighter and save 2. 41 for the British. They're going to buy a Spitfire, a military base, a regular fighter, 2 infantry, another infantry, and a medium armor. 4 for South Africa. They'll buy an artillery. 27 for FEC, 3 infantry, 3 medium armor. And what do we have here? 14 for the Anzac. They will buy a regular fighter, infantry, and save $1. We do have an attack way up there. I'll line that out when I go over there to roll the dice. We have an attack. That's a walk-on. Down here against Italy. We're going to let Italy know what we think of them. So we have from this carrier in 64 a Swordfish Tactical, which will move into Italian Somaliland. I have a movement of 2 left, and the same thing from this fighter. We do have a tactical, regular tactical from Cairo, 1, 2, 3, and it'll have 1 movement left. I'm surprised that stayed on there. The other battle here in Ethiopia, we've got a fighter and a Swordfish Tactical, and they will move in 1, 2, and they'll have movement of 2 left. All right, so we've got to have some infantry, right? This transport here in C-Zone 63 at a naval base. We'll grab a infantry and artillery. 1, 2, 3 into 65. And you know what? I can hit them from 71. Let's do that. Let's stay in 71. And we'll come in here and land there. We have in C-Zone 66 a transport which will grab an FEC, infantry, and artillery. 1, 2, because we can go over here to 64. Well, we have a naval base anyway. And I'll put that sideways so we know it moved, and it will come in here into Ethiopia. All right, now Ethiopia, we've got 2 battleships that bombard in this battle. There'll be no bombards in here in Italian Ethiopia. I forgot to look up what the bombards are for those battleships. I don't know if I can find it really quick. Something tells me there's 6. That stinks. Well, we'll roll that when we get there. All right, so up here, we are going to try and hit this German fleet. And the surface ships are the only ones involved. I do not have a destroyer anymore, so I can't attack the subs, and the subs can't attack the planes. So since I'm coming in with all aircraft, there are no chances for me to hit the subs and the subs to hit me, so they are not in this battle. So we've got from Liverpool and London 2 regular fighters, 3 Spitfires, a Swordfish Tactical, and 2 medium bombers. And that's probably where I need to set the dice tray. So let me set them down here. They all have plenty of movement because of the air bases and such. I'll set the dice tray right there, and we'll roll this one while I'm on this side. Let me get the dice tray. I don't know that I can look up that bombard really fast. And the other thing too is I should have looked to see if the bombards were actual first strikes. I don't think they are. Well, anyway, poor planning on my part. So we've got 2 sets of low dice and 2 sets of good dice, is the same as the defenders. So first we're going to have a tactical Swordfish at a 3, and then we've got 4 at 4 for the 2 medium bombers. So let's see what we get hit-wise here. All right, so there's a 3, and over here's a 3. So we got 2 hits on the first wave. The second wave, I've got 2 regular fighters at 6. There's another hit. And then I have 3, so I got to grab a third dice here. 3 Spitfires at 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wow, that was a good. What does that line up to be? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits, which will, the order of casualties were a second hit on the Bismarck. Then these 2 coastal battleships, which defend at 3 because they're all damaged. So that's 1, 2, 3. The 2 destroyers, 4, 5, 6, the cruiser. So the remaining Bismarck has 2 damage on it, so it will return fire on the second round at a 6. Let's roll for the first. So here's their low casualty dice. They'll have 2 at 3 for the coastal battleships that were damaged, and 2 at 4 for the destroyers. The 3s will be the blue dice. All right, so they got 2 hits. No, this was the blue dice was the 3s, so they only got 1 hit. So let's put that there. Now we have 2 shots left. We have a 6 and an 8. So here's the 6 for the cruiser. That's a miss. And the battleship at an 8 hits. So 2 hits. So we will obviously lose this guy and say goodbye to one of our medium bombers. All right, so that was painful. These ships are gone, and we obviously have to proceed to sink the Bismarck because that is the song, right? I wish I had that song queued up. I'd be playing it right now. So I've got 2 bombers, or not 2 bombers, 1 bomber, which has 2 at 4. They miss. I got 2 fighters at 6. That's a 6, so that's a hit. And just for grins, let's see how those Spitfires would have fared. 1 more hit. So we actually got 2 to 3 hits, but they only needed 1. So the damaged Bismarck fires back at a 6. Does it take down the last bomber? No, it does not. All right. So we put the dice in the tray, and we'll go to the other side of the table. The Bismarck is cleared. I'm going to land these planes since I'm here. The 3 Spitfires land in London. The 2 regular fighters land in Liverpool. The bomber, interesting. The bomber came out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and will land in Gibraltar. That is our score there. Do I want to do that, or do I want to wait? I think I'll wait. So we'll land him back in London. That was my mistake there. All right, so there's still some subs to deal with, and then there's a sub on convoy here, which I got to reduce the Canadian dollars. Throw those dice over there. Let's go to the other side of the table for our other 2 combats. I think something tells me those 2 battleships are at 6 on the bombard. So we'll roll. We'll see what happens. I don't think they're first strike. 2 10s, it didn't matter what they were. All right. So now I've got, for the artillery, the infantry, and the Swordfish Tactical, 3 at 3. And that's a leaner, but it's lean and heavy. So now we've got a fighter at 6. 2. All right, so that Ethiopian is gone. He does get to return fire at a 2. No, it's a 4. He gets to return fire at 4, so he does get a hit. We are going to lose that tactical. Sorry, guy. But you just didn't cut the mustard. All right, so that is out. These battleships have moved. Well, they fired in C-Zone 64. They're not moving. So now we've got Italian Somaliland. We have the same scenario. We got artillery, infantry, and a tactical, Swordfish Tactical. at 3. All right, so there's a 1 and a 2. That's it for that. But let's go ahead and roll our fighter at 6 and our tactical at 7. So we got 3 hits. We needed 2. So they fire back 2 at 4. And they got nothing there. All right, so that will be it for that. A lot of aircraft went down for Britain this turn. All right, so we did go up 3, though, and Italy will go down 3. So that'll bring us up to 37. Where's Italy at? They're at 29. So they'll go back to 26. So let's land. This note here. Okay, I missed an anti-aircraft gun in the setup, so I just put that on. It was in Calcutta. That's what that note was for. I didn't meant to take it off, but so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. All right, so what I'm thinking is this tactical that has a 1 left. We're going to bring this light carrier out. It will land on the light carrier in C-Zone 65. Is this one not magnetized? Oh, it is. The magnet's in the back. There we go. All right. This tactical swordfish and fighter can come back 1, 2 and land on the regular carrier in 64. And this fighter that has 2 left comes out into C-Zone 64 and back into Cairo. All right, so planes are all landed. Now we can do the non-coms that we need. We've got to do some shuffling over here because we're about to get smacked, maybe, right? Probably. So the anti-aircraft gun will move back into West Bengal along with the British infantry we placed last turn. The artillery will back up. Moving into Calcutta from Madras will be the Gurkha. The Bengal, West Bengal Gurkha, I'm trying to think if he's going to go forward here for 6. I'll have 9. We'll put him there. That'll give 10 units there defending Calcutta. All right, so that's the movement. We do have this here. I was going to run one way, but now I'm thinking I've got this naval base. 1, 2, 3. And I'm still in harm's way there, aren't I? So wherever that transport goes, it's dead. So let's grab these 2 infantry, one from Singapore, one from Sumatra. 1, 2. We'll leave one guy in Burma, and we'll drop the other off in Calcutta. Or we can drop him off in Bangladesh. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so that transport's a goner. This destroyer we can get out of harm's way. He can come 1, 2 into C-Zone 72. We're going to pull this Dutch transport. It's not a Dutch transport, Anzac. He'll come back 1 into from C-Zone 76 to C-Zone 89 as we are going to stack up our subs. So the sub will follow it from C-Zone 76 to 89, 1 sub, 1 transport. There was already a sub there. There's a sub in 96, 1, 2. And from 99 will be the cruiser and destroyer, 1, 2. All right, so, we have the British artillery and the Anzac infantry will move into Queensland from Sydney. All right, so the coastal sub in 88 that is Dutch will come up 1, 2 into 86. I believe the destroyer that's in 89 will come down 1 to 76, and the cruiser will stay in 88. And they have to stay in the sea zones with the Dutch, or do they? Yeah, they do, because we're not at war with Japan, I think. That's a good question. Because officially they're ANZAC now. So if I'm thinking right, there's no naval base here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't get there anyway. They can send their planes though, can't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the carriers can't come pick them up because they're all in C-Zone 70 with no naval base. So I should be fine there. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yep, I'm that guy sitting here thinking, I thought I had it all planned out. The only thing in the naval base is these 3 transports, so they cannot reach. The planes can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's nowhere to land. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the carriers can't reach. Well, in case I'm missing something, this transport that was here in 76 will go back 1, 2. The cruiser and destroyer will come back. So they're all in 98 now. And I think that these became ANZAC when I walked in there. So they will also come back, the destroyer and the cruiser. So in 98. If that's not correct, I'll leave the cruiser there. I'll put the destroyer back in 76. The 3 subs they can't get to no matter what they do. All right, we're good over here. We're good over here. We got a destroyer in 66. We'll come over, I guess 65. Let's see their aircraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't get their carriers there. 1, 2. So we're good. All right. So this transport that did not get used in 64, 1, 2, 3, comes down into 77. We've got one South African who walks up here to the Belgian Congo, activates that. So let's put them up to 4 with the CCP. The Rhodesian, the Anzac infantry, I believe is going to go up here to Uganda. So that he was my replacement for this transport if any of those infantry bit the dust, but I didn't lose any. So, all right. In Cairo are all these guys. I'm going to walk 1 over to Transjordan. The Transjordan infantry is going to walk up to Syria. The French infantry from Syria is going to walk down to Transjordan. All right. Enough of that, enough of that, enough of that. Let's move 1 destroyer from C-Zone 53. 1, 2, 3 into the mid on C-Zone 36. I have a naval base. The other destroyer comes into 35. The sub comes down into 35. Still got all those subs, so we are going to take the French destroyer and cruiser and the transport and come back 1, 2. So they came from C-Zone 30 to C-Zone 34. They'll stay there because I don't have any aircraft available up there. The Canadian transport on the other side of the Panama Canal comes up 1, 2 into C-Zone 49. All right, so I think that is the end of the movements. None of the other Canadians are moving. It is not. Good thing you mark it. I've got this medium armor that's going to activate these 2 allies. Now, in the rules, if you have a unit that can move 2 spaces and there is no minor factory that I guess blocks the path, you can activate both. So we will go up into Tehran. So that will be 3 for Great Britain. And why is that Great Britain, even though it's an FEC tank? This is the line. Everything to the west is British. Everything to the east is FEC. So that is why those go British. So I'll change those white units out later. Let's place our goods and collect some cash. So Canada has a fighter they're placing up there in Ottawa. They British, we've got a military base going into Gibraltar, and the Spitfire goes up into Liverpool. All right. Next up, in Cairo will be 2 infantry and a fighter. All right, so there's that. There's that. We are building in South Africa a medium armor, and in Calcutta an infantry. So that kind of boosts that up a little bit on the defense. South Africa, we're building an artillery. FEC, we've got 3 medium armor and then 3 infantry units here. The 3 armor has to go in Calcutta. So that's my defense for that onslaught, which isn't going to work too much. 1 infantry in Madras, 1 in Bangladesh, and then 1 in West Bengal. So that is it for 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oh, this, I forgot, he's marked. The Anzac from Dutch New Guinea goes back over to New Guinea. What else do I have to? I have to place Anzac here, which is a fighter and an infantry, and they both go here in Sydney. All right, so I think that is it. Right, knocked over that infantry. Let's look at cash. So Anzac Canada saved 2. They have a German sub in their convoy box, so that means their income goes down by 3. So it goes to 7. So I collect 7, which will be, there. So that's 7, that's 9. They get 2. Just a second. I think they get 2. Where's the Canada sheet? They get 2 for having 8 transports. So that means 9, 10, 11. So they will have $11 for next turn. All right, so that, oh, where's my little Canada symbol? It's way up there. All right. All right, so let's move on to the next one. That is Britain. They are at 37. No, they are not. I got to add the 3 for Tehran and southern Iran. So they are up to 40. So that means 40 on their income. And their bonus is 5 for the transport. 3 if UK controls all its original territories on the continent. You know what? I didn't get the 3 for the last turn. So 5 and 3, that'll be 8 extra. So that'll be 48. I'm going to put that 3 there, and I'll have to look back and see. I don't think I collected that 3 on the first. So now South Africa is sitting at 4, but they get a bonus of 1 for the transports. FEC is no change. Anzac is no change other than they saved 1. So they're at 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so saving 1, they are at 14 now. They still don't get their bonus because they're not at war with Japan. So that will be it, and I will do a recap off in the chat. Next up, who is next? Italy.